Hey everyone, welcome to today's live coding session. Today, we're going to build a simple contact keeper app using React and React-Bootstrap. We'll start by setting up our component, adding JSX, and then implementing some functionality, such as sorting and filtering the contact list. Let's dive right in. Before diving into the code, our contact data is stored in a separate file, data.js, which holds an array of objects representing contacts with details like first name, last name, email, and phone number. Now we're starting off by creating the main component of our app, called app. In React, everything begins with a component. In our case, app is a functional component that will handle rendering our contact list. We've initialized two pieces of state here, search to handle the search query, and contacts, which holds our contact list. We're using the useState hook to manage this state. If you're not familiar with useState, it's a way for functional components to have their own state. We need to import the data from the data.js file into our app.js. This is done at the top of our file. Before we start with the JSX, we need to bring in some dependencies that we'll use to structure our app. We're using React-Bootstrap to make the UI look clean and modern without writing much CSS. Here's what we're importing. Now that our imports are ready, let's move on to creating the layout of our app. For the layout, we're using Bootstrap components to quickly build a clean UI. Let's first add a simple search form and a button to sort the contacts by their first names. Here, we've wrapped everything in a container for Bootstrap styling, used an input group for the search bar, and added a button that triggers a sorting function. Next, let's talk about the search functionality. The handle search change function is what will allow us to filter the contact list based on the user's input. Whenever the user types into the search bar, this function updates the search state with the current value. We'll then use this value to filter the contact list later. Now for the sorting functionality. We want to sort the contacts alphabetically by their first name. This is done using the sortName function. This function sorts the contacts array in alphabetical order, and then updates the contact state with the sorted array. Finally, we need to display the contacts in a table. We'll use the table component from React-Bootstrap. Here's how we can render the contact list. We're using the filter method to display only the contacts whose first names match the search query. Then, we map through the filtered contacts array to dynamically render rows in the table. We've also got an error in our .map function. The parentheses are being used incorrectly in this part. And there you have it, we've built a simple contact keeper app using React and React-Bootstrap. We've covered creating a component, handling state, and adding some basic functionality like filtering and sorting contacts. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and I'll answer them live. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.